Really, sometimes it pains me when I go to the local airport, whether it's here or Lagos. You see that to even find a parking of your plane is impossible. Everybody has a private jet. Those private jets should be in industries so that we can create jobs. Because today, luckily, some people maybe they don't know the position of the country as we speak, because population growth is 8.7 million babies every year. So 8.7 million babies every year, we have to be in a lot of things. We have to deliver power, we have to deliver infrastructure, we have to deliver this. That's why a company like ours, really, we are never really, if you look at all companies, the taxes that we're paying is high. We don't mind, because like what I keep saying, in Nigeria, anytime when you have a company, the number one shareholder is government. But, so what we are looking for is that government should facilitate. They should give us, an enabling environment to do this thing. But then, we too, as corporate citizens, we must make sure that we pay our taxes. We must behave. So it's a partnership. I cannot be cheating my partner. So when government now give us the environment of making money, we should also be conscious about doing our own civic duties. That is to pay tax. Because if I pay tax, your children will be able to go to school. Your children will be able to go to hospital. None of us, really, we don't need to go to Cairo, London, or US for medicals.
Hello, everyone. Dangote has been speaking recently, and if you're hearing him, you're like some people are asking, is that Peter Obi speaking through Dangote, or what is going on? You've just watched those videos, and you know how you see when you see it being said, and somehow Dangote is now having to occupy his office of the citizen. All those years he have had to not be bothered, do his own thing, do his business. Yes, there are times where government policies have favored him, those not very favorably, and maybe have not favored others as much in a way that it is. But he has always had that upper hand, be among the, the in people, while other businesses have had to have it. But he decided to go into oil, where they know it's a whole lot. There's a whole lot of cartel, a whole mafia in that oil business. And since then, we've seen more of Dangote, coming out to speak, coming out to make demands, coming out to say it as it is. And so people are asking, is it now? Is Dangote now the another Mr. Peter Obi who is speaking on the ills of the society? You might say that yes, Dangote only speak on issues that directly affect him, but hey, so he's speaking on the issues that affect him. If every one of us continue to speak on the issues that affect us, guess what's going to happen? We're going to have a country where we have a lot of people who are active and making demands and saying enough is enough, and not allowing things, to go to go the way it is. Let me just be looking at some of the statements as I'm also talking. It say a great shift will happen by 2027. All the businessmen and men who supported Tinubu in 2023 for their own selfish reasons will make a U-turn by 2027. This is just a start. One of the things that have happened, in how bad Nigeria has been, it has sort of usually not affected the economy. So the people who are doing businesses, they can still be doing their business. Yes, there's corruption, there's this, there have been corruption, all this, why there's this, but this business world is somehow safeguarded. What we've seen with the APC government, especially Tinubu's illegitimate administration, is that it has removed the safety net for the businesses, and what you have is that businesses are directly being affected, and so every one of them is feeling the effect of bad governance, and if feeling the effect of bad governance is cascading down, to the nation as a whole, and also to the populace. Business is everything, economics is everything. If the economic situation of a country becomes very dire, very bad, really as worse as you can think about, then all the well-being of the country is going to go that way also. There's going to be a lot, and we've been seeing that, going on. He has been looking for opportunity to fight the powers to be in oil and gas sector. Remember when he was jumping from one interview to another, now he's got his chance and you say make him no use am well. I know about monopoly talks too, but let's enjoy the moment. Yes, it's been a whole lot. And there's one person, one candidate that you see him, or aspirant at the case may be now, or statement that you see him talking about oil theft, about the whole corruption that is happening within the oil sector. Most others don't talk about it. There's a whole huge cartel in there. And it's not just about people, it's also about control of nation. Because if you look at the number of oil that Nigeria loses every day, it's enough to fix Nigeria. Nigeria does not need to go and borrow money. Nigeria does not need to go and be collecting loan and loan and loan. If we're able to cut, the cost of governance, if we're able to stop the leakages from corruption, if we're able to stop oil theft, and all of these monies are amassed together and put to the use of Nigeria, definitely Nigeria is going to be that in a place that it's supposed to be, not here that it's so great. And I saw a video, I think was it earlier today, where a Ghanaian was talking about how worried, the rest of West Africa and every African country should be about Nigeria and its failure to actually grow itself. Talking about the fact that beyond the lack of infrastructure, the corruption, which is normal across all other countries, you also have the issue of, religious intolerance, religious extremism. You are having the insurgency, terrorism, and all of that. And what they were trying to say, which is so true, is the fact that if there's a problem in Nigeria and Nigerians begin to spill out, it's going to affect all the neighboring countries around. From the little I watched of that video where he was talking about the fact that the Nigerian population is more than half of the West African population. I've not checked that out, but but I know for every four black people in the world, a Nigerian is one of them. We're that many. It's the most populous black nation in the world. And so, of course, it's the most populous nation in Africa. And it's like when they say, I can't remember who was it that said when Nigeria sneezes, the rest of Africa catch a cold. And that's just the real reality of it. So for anything that is happening in Nigeria, affecting Nigeria, definitely it's going to be affecting the rest of Africa also. Somebody said, please, he's not. He's only vocal when he's sidelined or things don't go his way. Stop comparing Peter Obi to this man, please. Well, the comparison is in the fact that they're talking about the issues, not in the fact that everything about him in character or whatever. And he said, if he's speaking when he's affected, if everybody will speak when they are also affected, guess what is going to happen? Definitely, we're going to see a situation whereby there will be more voices. And before you know what's happening, those who are in position to respond would be forced to respond. Dangote has had enough, no more pretending that all is well, according to BD. And then Marvelous Israel says he's asking government to do what they cannot do, except there is an Obi in power. And for now, that's the reality on ground. The people who have rigged election, they can't do what he's asking them to do, because for them, they're not coming from a place of empathy. What you must have is a leader who comes from a place of empathy. When you've come from a place of empathy, what it means is that you're thinking about the people. How good can it be for the people? And so you do everything that you can as much as possible to ensure that the people get the best. So but when you do it from a point of how can we sideline or push this to ourselves or get this, then you're doing it from a selfish point of view. There's no how you're going to put in things that are going to work for the people, even when it is right there in front of you and it wouldn't cost you anything, because everything is all about the mentality. The mentality with which you bring to the work is what is going to carry it on. And right now we are not seeing this mentality. Tony, I just say it appears that Dangote is now obedient. And then Yusuf Ibrahim says, surprisingly, he even looks like Peter Obi. Well, I've not seen that, but I've never looked at it, from that place. Gleeful said, Dangote is paying too much tax and he should be concerned. This is one of the reasons why local production is expensive than import. The government should make local production more attractive and nobody will think about importing wealth without enterprise anywhere. And I think I'm going to end up here and say he's really, the last speaker just, said it a whole, because if Nigeria disintegrates, anything happens to Nigeria, there is war, there is whatever, Dangote and a lot like him have more to lose than the majority of citizens. And that's the reason why those who are elites, the upper class, they need to open their mouth and speak. The one that they feel that it doesn't concern them, I don't think they are right, because it concerns everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.